Hello, hola, I am Donald Simmons, and you are going to be hearing me react to my poem today titled Inwardly Portal, which is the first sector of my my documentary on inner child work. Here is my recitation of Inwardly Portal. People you love moving away is only one form of trauma. Breakups? Note that it's trauma. Death in all its forms. Game. Exclusion. Set. Divorce. And hospitalization. Match. Taking a risk for freedom. Player 1. In my new series titled Inwardly Portal, you will learn the key to a better future by looking to your inner child. Were you asleep earlier? Watch my documentary. You will arise. Have you felt alone? Do you regret things from your childhood? Just observe my eyes. Have I been facing you or stepping out of our divided line? Okay, that has been my poem titled Inwardly Portal. I am Donald Simmons. Thank you so much for listening. Hello, I'm Donald Simmons, and we are going to be hearing me recite to my poem today titled Inwardly Portal. This is the second sector of my series on inner child work. Inwardly Portal, Part 2. Point number 1. Welcome to Stage 1. Number 2. This is a stage which lasts from birth until 1 year of age. Number 3. It explores the question, did you trust or mistrust your environment? Point 4. I was born on Sunday, the 25th of August, 1996, at 3:30 a.m. Number 5. I was born 4 months shy of full gestation. Number 6. I then went into the neonatal intensive care unit for 2.5 months. Number 7. I came home on Thanksgiving, 1996. Number 8. My mother has always explained that she had 2 jobs at this time. Number 9. One was at a Wendy's in Shrewsbury, New Jersey, in a multifaceted employment position, back when Wendy's had a salad bar, according to her. Number 10. She would leave our residence in Asbury Park at 6 in the morning, drop me off in Manalapan to stay with my grandmother for the day, went back down the shore to begin her shift, and upon leaving work, drove 45 minutes to Manalapan to pick me up, and then we went home. Number 11. She did this for 5 days, every week. Number 12. Her second job was at a call center in Allenhurst, New Jersey. Number 13. I remember my mother telling me that her Jewish boss refused to allow her maternity leave after she bore me. Number 14. He relented by giving her 2 weeks of unpaid leave. Number 15. I went to different doctors at that time. Number 16. I was told that premature birth is a form of psychological trauma. Number 17. I later internalized this. Number 18. I remember constantly telling my mother as a child that, quote, I'm an accident, end quote, and, quote, I wish I was never born, end quote. I'm trying to breathe heavily due to that last statement. On with the show. Number 19. Those feelings I harbored are due to the fact that my parents were married. Yet I saw my mother working every single day to provide. Number 20. I began to adapt said trait as I got older. Number 21. I was taking it on as a way to dissociate from feeling neglected as a child. Number 22. I was ignorant. Number 23. Not facing this at a young age sent me into self-destruction, which you will know about later in this series. Thank you for listening. I am Donald Simmons, and I just recited my poem to you today titled Inwardly Portal, and this is the second sector of my documentary on child work. So I want to thank you for getting this far into the journey with me. So I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for listening. See you for part 3. Goodbye. Hello, this is Donald Simmons, and I'm here today to recite to you my poem titled Inwardly Portal. This is Sector 3 of that series. I will be reciting honest stories about my life. These stories are unfiltered, so if you have children, do not show them these stories. Do not show them this video because my poetry and my documentaries and my content is not for children. And YouTube knows this. I have said this to YouTube. So, without being said, yes, please take your children out of the room. Do not let them listen to this video. And because there is explicit content, language, as they called it when I was a child, language. There is vulgarity, and there are sexual connotations. So with that being said, here is Inwardly Portal, Part 3. Point 1. Welcome to Stage 2. Number 2. This is a timeline from ages 1 until 3. Number 3. It will explore the concept of autonomy compared to shame. Number 4. Autonomy is independence in all aspects of your life. Number 5, shame is the secretion of repressed humiliations and distresses due to lacking wisdom. Number 6, the child learns how to develop their skill set or has a grasp of their emotions. Number 7, I have always utilized my strengths. Number 8, they are speaking, writing, composition, music, and storytelling. Number 9, these have never been taught to me. Number 10, I was born with ambition to show the world these skill sets. Number 11, at that age, I learned to use my positive traits to garner validation through dominance and power. Number 12, I also was taught to doubt my human rights and abilities at this time. Number 13, I had a lack of boundaries. Number 14, I was told I would fart in front of house guests due to not understanding time and place. Number 15, I vividly remember saying to people that I watch my mother while she undresses at this age. Number 16, all of this was due to being unapologetic and brutally honest. Number 17, this was before I realized censorship is the only form of external worth in American society. Number 18, to this day, at age 23, I remain unfiltered and free-spirited. Number 19, society later forced me to become submissive in educative settings. Number 20, we moved in with my grandmother on the 2nd of July, 1997. Number 21, I was aged 1. Number 22, I did not speak to anyone back then, except people I chose to speak with. Number 23, this is referred to as selective conversing. Number 24, I remained this way for the next 13 years until aged 14. Thank you so much for listening. I am Donald Simmons, and you have just heard me recite to you my poem and third sector of my documentary today titled Inwardly Portal, which is the third part of my Inner Child work series. I love you for listening. Thank you so much. See you for part 4. Bye. business, poetry, and brutal honesty. And we are going to get into my new chapter of my poetry series, as well as third documentary titled Inwardly Portal. Let's get into it. So let's get into this part of the series. This is Inwardly Portal, Sector 3 of my Inner Child Work series. Girl, there is a motherfucking street race going on with a party going on across the road from Minneapolis. Well, from the house, baby. It's a little strange, but let's continue. So here's Inwardly Portal Part 3. Fact number 1. Welcome to Stage 2. Number 2. This is a timeline from ages 1 until 3. Number 3. It will explore the concepts of, quote, autonomy compared to shame, end quote. Number 4. Autonomy is independence in all aspects of your life. Number 5. Shame is the secretion of repressed humiliations and distresses due to lacking wisdom. Number 6. The child learns how to develop their skill set or has a grasp of their emotions. Number 7. I have always utilized my strengths. Number 8. They are speaking, writing, composition, music, and storytelling. Number 9. These have never been taught to me. Number 10. I was born with ambition to show the world these skill sets. Number 11. At that age, I learned to use my positive traits to garner validation through dominance and power. Child, there are cars rolling in and out every damn minute. This fucking street party, bitch. Alright, number 12. I also was taught to doubt my human rights and abilities at this time. Number 13. I had a lack of boundaries. Number 14. I was told I would fart in front of house guests due to not understanding time and place. Number 15. I vividly remember saying to people that I watch my mother while she undresses at this age. Number 16. All of this was due to being unapologetic and brutally honest. Number 17. This was before I realized censorship is the only form of external worth in American society. Number 18. To this day, at age 23, I remain unfiltered and free-spirited. Number 19. Society later forced me to become submissive in educative settings. Number 20. We moved in with my grandmother on the 2nd of July, 1997. Number 21. I was aged 1. Number 22. I did not speak to anyone back then except people I chose to speak with. Number 23. This is referred to as selective conversing. Number 24. I remained this way for the next 13 years until aged 14. This has been my recitation of my poem titled Inwardly Portal, and this is Sector 3 of that particular series of my third documentary. So, see you for part 4. Goodbye. So, somebody just ran past the road, driving past our street, yelling, like, where are you again? And bitch, the music done stopped and the party's over. But anyway, so hello, thank you for listening. I'm Donald Simmons, the baseline poet, here to create conversations by way of consciousness and brutal honesty. And we are about to get into my poem titled Inwardly Portal. This is Sector 4 of my third documentary titled Inwardly Portal, which is an inner child work series. And here it is. So here's Inwardly Portal, Sector 4. Point number 1. Welcome. Oh my god, girl, that horn scared the fuck out of me. Charlie, did they just stop us? Number 1. Welcome to stage 3. Number 2. This is the period from ages 3 through 6. Number 3. It explores the question, quote, did we feel initiative or guilt, end quote. Number 4. At this time, we begin developing a sense of responsibility. Number 5. We either produce purpose or guilt during this age. Number 6. I went through this stage much later in life. Number 7. I never played with dolls or action figures. Number 8. I enjoyed Disney Channel shows and a few on Nickelodeon also. Number 9. Although this stage is from ages 3 to 6, I do not remember much about it. Number 10. At this time, I do remember traveling to Jacksonville, Florida to visit family for the first time in 2003. Number 11. I ended up living there every summer for the next 6 years. Number 12. I later developed a great half northern and southern accent from these sabbaticals. Number 13. During this time, we also began traveling to see other blood family members in Wadley and Louisville, both of which are towns in the state of Georgia. 14. On one trip to Georgia, we passed the site of the one-room schoolhouse my grandmother and distant cousin attended, which had, quote, burned down, end quote. My cousin explained long before. Number 15. My mother was also pulled over by the police at this stage. Number 16. She lied to them when they inquired of my age. Number 17. I was 6 years old. Number 18. She insisted I was 8 years of age. Number 19. 8 years old or 80 pounds is the requirement to wear a seat belt without being strapped to a booster seat, at least in the state of New Jersey. Number 20. I remember my father reviewing my handwriting for a school project. Number 21. He insisted it, as he called it at that time, chicken scratch. Number 22. It was a major insult for me. Number 23. In that time, I internalized insults as my way of, quote, I'm not good enough, end quote, quote, I'm an accident, end quote, and, quote, nobody loves me, end quote. Number 24. This was before mental health was discussed. Number 25. You would not dare speak of such things in any fashion. Number 26. My father later shouted directly at my mother, Jackie, teach him how to write. Number 27. I thought I was not respectable for anyone to look at. Number 28. My mother would always say to me as a child, quote, your press, in the Bermudian accent of my father, must, quote, look presentable, quote, end quote. Number 29. This was the time in which my oldest sister, with the same dichotomous family as I, started traveling to America every 6 months. Number 30. I was enrolled in the Clark Mills Early Learning Center, what it is called now, in 1999, aged 3. Thank you so much for listening. It is 6:46. I must make a wish, and you have just heard me recite part 4 of my third documentary and the third poem of my series titled Inwardly Portal. I am Donald Simmons, and thank you so much for listening. Good day. I must make a wish. It's 6:46, so good day. Hello, I am Donald Simmons, the baseline poet, here to establish consciousness through brutal honesty in way of my poetry. And I'm here to recite my third documentary, in which part we are reciting part 5 of my third documentary, titled Inwardly Portal, which is a series about inner child work. This is part 5 of the documentary Inwardly Portal overall, but this is the 4th poem of that series. So let's get into it. Point number 1. Welcome to stage 4. Number 2. This sector will explore events from ages 6 to 12 years. Number 3. It explores the question of, quote, industry and inferiority. Number 4. This is the time when students are compared to their classmates. Number 5. They discover their own academic strengths and weaknesses for the very first time. Number 6. This is a period where we may feel we are academically lackluster. Number 7. I remember being coerced into eating lunch. Number 8. The vice headmistress asked me to go down the cafeteria lunch menu to pick the foods in which I wanted to eat. Number 9. Looking back, I guarantee the, quote, lunch aides, end quote, as we refer to them, most likely exposed my eating disorder publicly. Number 10. This was the first era where I got into mischief. Number 11. I was quite a quiet student. Number 12. I never retained information from my lectures and studies. Number 13. I was also dealing with dealing with the death of my grandmother. Well, my maternal grandmother. Number 14. She died on Sunday, the 24th of February, 2008. Number 15. She was my only black heroic figure at this time. Number 16. She mentored me in the tedious art of navigating our family dynamic. Number 17. At age 6, I witnessed her whip my older cousin for stepping out of line. Number 18. I tried to intervene. Number 19. Upon her finding out, my grandmother asked me, quote, "You want it too?" End quote, as she held her sandal up to my face. Number 20. It evoked the, quote, fear of God, end quote, inside of me. Number 21. I had vivid dreams about it for many years afterward. Number 22. In July 2006, a vital event changed my entire perspective of the Southern way of life. Number 23. A friend of my cousin named Denzel walked into the den of my aunt and uncle. Number 24. It was one of our visits to Georgia again. Number 25. Before we took that trip from Jacksonville to Wadley, I knew something strange was going to happen. Number 26. I cried in the car ride there once we approached the Pooler, Georgia exit on Interstate 95. Number 27. Denzel identified my tote bag, full of very Disney-inspired products. Number 28. My mother always made sure I traveled with this as luggage to keep me occupied. Number 29. Denzel immediately ran toward me. Number 30. He immediately screamed, "You're a faggot, this shit is for girls," several times over. Number 31. That second was when chaos ensued. Number 32. 3 sets comprised of 2 cousins each nearly began punching one another. Number 33. Looking back, I presume Denzel assumed I was gay. Number 34. My cousin who witnessed it later asked me if I, quote, remember Nikki, one cousin in the 3 groups, wanted to punch you because of that scar on your neck? Number 35. I have no recollection. Number 36. I sat on the couch, staring directly in front of me in complete shock. Number 37. It was the biggest scandal of my entire life at that time. At that time. Number 38. After coming back to New Jersey in August 2006, I developed massive insecurities. Number 39. I dressed in layers due to not wanting insects invading my personal space. Invading my personal space. Excuse me. Again. Number 40. I have had a strong desire to erase these memories from my brain ever since. Number 41. This is an extremely incomplete list of every possible detail I could discuss. From this stage, I'm at it. Yes, so I am Donald Simmons. Thank you so much for listening to part 4 of my poetry in this series. This has been Inwardly Portal, in which part 5 of Inward Portal is this particular sector, in which we explore inner child work. Thank you so much for listening. Good day. Hello, my name is Donald Simmons, and I will be reciting to you my poem today for my third documentary, Inwardly Portal, called Inwardly Portal, with part 6, and this is a series in inner child work. Point number 1. Welcome to stage 6. Number 2. It lasts from ages 12 until 20. Number 3. Themes explore, quote, identity or world confusion, end quote. Number 4. Will we feel empowered or not knowing who we are? Number 5. In other words, wrong number. Hello, my name is Donald Simmons, and I'm here to recite the final piece in my third documentary titled Inwardly Portal, which is my series on inner child work. And the poem I want to recite today is titled Inwardly Portal, the finale, part 7. Here we go. Oh, there are flies all over here. It says as such. Point number 1. Welcome to stage 7. Number 2. This sector explores the question of intimacy or isolation. All of young adulthood. Number 4. Either end result will be knowing the meaning of love or fearing intimacy. Number 5. In October 2017, I began creating my very first poetry series titled One with My Libra. Number 6. I conceptualized it while dating 2 people simultaneously. Number